This relates to Bitcoin. Okay, I've sat in a living room with people for a weekend and literally walked them through everything they needed to know about Bitcoin and about how they could apply Bitcoin to their business. And they listened and they heard me and we asked a lot of questions and we covered a lot of ground over a whole weekend. And that person will put off to the side and push pause for a second. The other person that I spoke with actually comes to one of my workshops, actually pays $10,000, actually spends 2 days with me and several other people. There's about 10 people in the room. And they get downloaded all things Bitcoin for their business and how they can go forward. Okay, what happens with the first person and the second person? It's belief. It's the same thing. The person in the living room, I spent the week, we talked about back and forth, and there was a couple people there. Did they go about executing, following through with the Bitcoin-related advice that I'd given? No. No, they didn't. To this day, they still haven't. What about the other person or the people that were in this workshop, this Bitcoin workshop? Well, the difference is they had skin in the game. They paid 10 grand. Okay, if you're going to pay $10,000, you're going to execute. You're going to do something. They flew from all over the country, coming in, and the people that flew, I'm in Virginia, they are in California. Okay, they flew the farthest. Those are the ones that actually do the most. They got results. I think Bitcoin is the best thing since sliced bread. You are going to be interested and look into the idea of Bitcoin, and you're going to have people and family members and coworkers and other business owners will tell you, oh, Bitcoin, are you kidding me? It's a scam. It's ridiculous. You know, only criminals use that. I mean, you're going to hear everything, okay? And I'm not talking about crypto. On this particular video, I'm not talking about the differences, but Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Crypto is something else, and that's for a later video you can watch. Here's my point. You're going to get people telling you stuff in your brain that actually they have no business, they have no basis for telling you because they don't know anything. They do not know what they do not know. Hardly anybody talks about this. I actually do the first opening 15, 20 pages in my book. I actually talk about limiting beliefs for this reason. So you have a good basis for understanding, taking in information and not letting the negative or things, the self-talk that's not right, sabotage what you're learning. So it's a legit issue. And it's taboo for many entrepreneurs because they don't want to admit it. One of the topics that really people self-sabotage themselves is on the topic of money. Oh, who am I to make $100,000? I would never be able to make $1 million. Oh my gosh, how could I make a $10,000 sale? How could why would they say yes to me and you know, $50,000 contract? Who am I to even ask for that kind of money? I'm just fill in the blank. That's ridiculous. You cannot have that self-sabotaging talk in your head. It's a vicious cycle, okay? It just never stops, right? And you wake up, you realize what's going on, you got to do something about it, okay? At some point, you have to say to yourself, nope, I'm not going there, and I do the opposite of whatever that voice says, okay? The third step is be aware, okay? Just take a minute. What is the biggest lie going on in your business right now that is impacting you? When you think about it, you're stuck. You can't go forward. It's probably because you're believing something that's wrong. Something in your subconscious is telling you something that is not true. And you've believed it, and that belief is causing you to stop in your tracks. I'm going to submit to you that your competition is beating you or getting ahead of you because of the delay. You're on this vicious cycle. We got to end it. We got to stop it. One time I was early in the morning and business was not going as well as I'd hoped. And I literally am praying, God, help my business, help me. It's not working. This is not going, you know. And of course, as every young entrepreneur, I just want to make $1 million, you know, whatever they say. I just want to grow and make a ton of money. And I literally, not like out loud, but in my mind, I hear this voice, you can't handle $1 million business. You couldn't handle $1 million in sales. Do you think you can deliver $1 million worth of value back if somebody's signed up for that today? I was like, I felt this small. I was like, that was a great answer. And in my mind, that was like an answer to prayer. And how I took it was, go steward my business. Go set my business up so I could make $1 million sale and be able to deliver that. And at the point in my business career, I couldn't have handled somebody signing up for $1 million service at the time anyway. Or if I had 1,000 people buy a $1,000 product from me, I could not service that if it happened all in the same day or same week. That was a great lesson for me because I actually did what was needed to prep my business to handle deal flow and to be able to scale it digitally. What do you think was going on in my head when I'm getting ready to sell my $27,000 coaching package right after 9/11? Oh, are people going to buy your package? Is that too high of a price? Wow. Are people even going to show up? Do they even want your package? I mean, all the lies that come into your head, right? I'm like, oh my gosh. You know what I did? This is kind of funny. I went into my bathroom mirror, and for about 20 minutes a day for a number of days in a row, I practiced saying $27,500 as the price of my coaching. Because when we got to that part in the presentation, I didn't want to look all squeamish. So I practiced what I would look like saying $27,500 because I had to believe it in my head that it was a good, and it was a good deal. But when you're not used to selling something that high ticket and all the stuff going on, I mean, you get the deal. I looked in the mirror in my bathroom for days saying the lines of my speech in the close saying 27,500. Just maybe you need to do that. I don't know. Anyway, truth be told, you self-sabotage yourself. You hurt yourself. You shoot yourself in the foot because you believe these limiting beliefs. I absolutely hate limiting beliefs. I hate them with a passion in my own life. I hate them in my client's life. What do you think I got to do as a coach when I help coach other business owners? You know what the main thing I'm doing? I'm pulling out all the self-sabotage, all the crud that they believe. I am trying to rewire their brains and help them believe, because if they don't believe what I'm telling them, well, they actually believe what I'm telling them is true. The problem is they don't believe they can do it. Oh, Chauncey, you can do it. Oh, you're successful. Fine. I don't believe it. And that's my job as a coach, is to help them see that that is a lie. That is a wrong belief. I didn't realize it at the time. In my mind, again, I'm not knowing I'm thinking this, but this is what I was thinking. I'm not smart enough to grow just one business. I need to have some more. I'm not really focused kind of a person, so I need to have multiple different deal flows going on, right? Or I was thinking to myself, I'm never really satisfied by working with one business. I need something else. So I could just quit this and try this other thing. if you don't find the thing that you're supposed to be doing and you're constantly start and stop and start and stop and this business opportunity, this business opportunity, this business opportunity, what happens is you get in a rut. And honestly, you never really go anywhere. So let me give you 2 recommendations. Recommendation number 1, find something that you're passionate about, you want to spend time doing, you're excited about. There's people that you're selling to, they have money, and so you actually can make a profit, help people, grow something significant, okay? Number 2, actually do that and add Bitcoin to the mix. Why? The reason why you want to have laser-like focus on one thing that you love and you're good at and you can deliver and you're passionate about and you can make money at, that's awesome, but you're making money with a broken system. The fiat money system is broken. You can make a ton of money, but eventually it's going to be a problem with inflation and some other things. If you add Bitcoin to the mix, if you add Bitcoin to what you're talking about, focus on one thing, one business, and you're adding Bitcoin to the mix, there are a whole nother level of benefits that come, which I'm not going to get into in this video. There's a whole nother level of benefits that come. Here's my point. The 5 bad habits that are destroying your entrepreneurial dreams, belief, thoughts, feelings, actions, results, can actually be really good if they're focused laser-like on the right thing. One type of business that you're kicking butt in, but better yet, you're focused on Bitcoin. There's $900 trillion on the earth right now. If you add up all the money in the world, all of it is broken. All of it is messed up in some way, shape, or form. And it's been like that forever, all right, forever. And so just recently, in the last 15 plus years, there is this thing called Bitcoin that came into the world. Now, I'm not talking about crypto, I'm talking about Bitcoin. It's 2 different things. Bitcoin came into this world, and it is going to eat up the $900 trillion on the earth sometime in the coming decades. I don't know how long it takes. 50 years, I don't know how long it takes. It eventually will eat it all up. And Bitcoin will be the superior, strong, smart, sound money on the planet. May not be in my lifetime, but it may be in yours. If that is even a hint of truth to that, which I believe it to be true, but even if I'm just a little bit right, don't you think you ought to pay attention to more than just going into your little account and buying, a couple $1,000s of Bitcoin? Don't you think you ought to take a serious look at that? Don't you think if the world's money is inflating and broken and it's debt-filled and it's going to collapse nation after nation after nation after nation, and the currencies are completely in chaos, and there's one thing that when people put their money into it, it's stable and goes up and is safe, wouldn't you want to think about that as an option? Can I give you a cheat code to get you unstuck and completely revamp and change your business? Buy Bitcoin. Oh, wait, don't buy Bitcoin. Learn about Bitcoin, discover Bitcoin, take 10, 12, 15 hours, understand what is involved, and then buy Bitcoin. And then hold it and repeat. Buy Bitcoin, hold it, and repeat. And then keep on the learning curve, keep on the understanding curve. Yes, you will have issues in your business, but if you're on the train of every day, every week, every month, you're buying more Bitcoin and you're learning about why that is important, you are going to leapfrog ahead of your competition. You have the power to change whatever it is that you've done in the past that you don't like. Whatever you've believed in the past, you have the power to change. We all have the power to do the opposite of what is wrong. We can make it right. We all have the ability to make that change. It's not about being on time. It's about changing behavior. And we will get better at whatever it is that we're doing. It sounds so simple, and it is. But you and I know changing behavior is hard. It's hard. Some of the most powerful things we can do in our life are the simple things. The issue is, can you do it? Can you figure out whatever it is in your life that you can make that change, and can you make a decision to do it starting today? I'm not there, you're there. It's your business, it's your life. Is there something that you can make a powerful, simple decision as of today to start doing and look back on, say, I'll never do the old thing, I'm going forward doing this new thing? The money that you make in your business is broken. The only asset on the planet Earth that fixes this broken money is Bitcoin. It's a topic to dive into when you're ready. I highly recommend you take this one topic, the topic of the Bitcoin network, and you dive in deep and make a decision to pursue learning and educating yourself on this topic. If you put in 10 hours in highly reliable, high quality Bitcoin education, you will learn more in a 10, 12-hour period, and it will change your life. You will make decisions about Bitcoin that will have generational consequences for your family.